we took up the issue of the PIB, the Petroleum Industry Bill, which is already before the House, and having compared notes with ourselves, we have the view that while we welcome the host community trust fund, we do believe that the 2.5% that is appropriated in that bill for the purpose of host community fund is inadequate. We have discussed with our people, and collectively as leaders of the people in our various states and as leaders standing in on behalf of our people, we urge that the National Assembly should increase the provision in the host community fund from 2.5% to 10% in the best interest of our communities and in the best interest of our
The governors maintain that the communities have a role to play in surveillance of the nation's oil facilities and pipeline network. They expressed the belief that if the communities feel satisfied with the provision of funds for them in the PIB, they are more likely going to be watchdog on behalf of the federal government and the states and oil companies.
And then the peaceful environment that would be seen in the various oil communities would enable us to have greater production and a seamless production in which we do not have any forms of disruptions in our oil productions going into the future.
Governor Okowa described as worrisome the running of the NDDC in over a year by an interim caretaker committee and now an interim administrator. According to him, this situation does not augur well for the people of the Niger Delta, as opportunity for all states to be represented as they ought to be represented in the board of NDDC does not exist.
So it means that the NDDC is actually run in such a manner that it is actually not truly beneficial to our people because there's no stakeholder input in the running of the affairs of the NDDC. We do know that there is a forensic audit taking place, and if for that reason the board has not been constituted, our advice is that monies being sent to the NDDC should then be put into an escrow account until a board is constituted, and then proper processes are followed in the expenditure of the money in such a way that it will be visibly accountable in the best interest of the peoples of the Niger Delta.
The governors demanded that whenever the board of the NDDC is constituted, the advisory council must be called upon to play its role to ensure there is check and balance in such a matter that the state will truly have value for the money expended by the NDDC.
A situation where we begin to have emergency projects that possibly will not last more than 3 to 6 months is not right. We don't feel happy about it, and we are urging Mr. President to ensure that if the board is not going to be immediately constituted, then funds for the NDDC beyond the payment of salaries should be put on hold until he constitutes the board, and the board can now run the finances of the NDDC as per the law creating the NDDC. We feel already shortchanged as a people in the Niger Delta, and we believe that we do not wish to see this kind of situation continue going forward into the future, because our people feel the pains. We do not want a situation where there is an abuse of processes, neither should we have a situation where we have an abuse of funds. We believe that it is best for both the country, for the states of the Niger Delta, and for the people of the Niger Delta when the due process is followed by the reconstitution of the board, and also in reconstituting the board, that the reconstituted board will come in and have funds to spend as per the law.